I'm Maya Hayakawa. Money Daily starts right now. The world's richest man and new Twitter owner, Elon Musk, jokes about a lot of things, but he seems pretty serious when it comes to shaking things up in the social media world. Now the tycoon has said in a tweet that the social media network will remain free for personal users, but there will be a small charge for commercial and government users. Aside from that, he's got other plans that are turning heads, like his intention to make content less regulated online. He says free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, but the European Union has come out strongly against that and has cautioned that the social media giant will need to follow the bloc's new rules for tackling illegal and harmful content online if it wants to continue operating there. Social media regulation in Africa remains a huge challenge despite such a heavy presence of global social media apps like TikTok and Facebook. Countries like Ethiopia, South Africa, Lesotho, Uganda, Tanzania, and most recently Senegal have introduced laws or attempted to regulate social media. So how popular are homegrown African social media apps? And could they be a solution to the challenges in regulation? That's the question I began asking Angelique Morrison, the co-founder of an African social media app, PS Remember.
Social media is growing quickly in Africa. There are quite a few successful African-based social media platforms, and their focus is to connect Africans with other Africans. Some of them are quite impressive with a user base of up to 14 million users. So it is definitely a big deal in Africa.
Why hasn't the continent been able to establish a social media platform that can perhaps go global and be as competitive with Facebook, TikTok, and the rest?
There are a number of factors. First, funding. In order to compete with the likes of Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok on a global scale, major funding is required, anywhere from 100 million to 1 billion US. Second, your app must be inclusive on a global and have a global appeal, meaning the app cannot be specific to the continent of Africa only. For instance, my husband and I, we created a PS Remember app as a global initiative whose purpose is to connect students in high school, college, and university, not just in Africa, but in over 147 countries around the world. And finally, your app must be original and able to solve a problem for at least 1 billion people in order to compete.
Following Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter, and even before that, there was a lot of debate and controversy surrounding social media regulation, censorship. Do you think investing on African or homegrown social media apps may help with all of these controversies?
It could help because a homegrown platform will better understand the needs of its people. For example, a homegrown platform will be more sensitive to cultural differences. But to be honest, people are more concerned about their personal information being accessed by unauthorized third parties. That is why on the PS Remember app, we take users' privacy very, very serious.
How will Elon Musk's call for more free speech affect African countries trying to censor social media?
Elon Musk never elaborated on what he meant by calling for more free speech. However, many Africans are now extremely concerned that freedom of speech will turn into hate speech. And as a result, it could drive Black people, brown people, and even women off the platform, which will have a very negative impact. That is why on our platform, PS Remember, we do not tolerate any form of hate speech.